though.
Wrong, dog. You're wrong,
There's
dog.
a level. Look! Tell me that guy, if that guy was at your door, Brad, you'd be like, Riley, lock it, the door, and grab my gun.
Well, in that lighting,
that's
dude,
what
all of these
Rockwell.
old pictures look this way.
I'm spending money like I just got paid. $100 bills, tell them keep the change. Come on.
Probably an awesome dude to hang out with. He was the Alex Jones of our church.
If pop a bottle about to make it rain, let me give you something now to celebrate. Come on.
Now that we've established that Kwaku can't handle black and white photos,
Yeah. If you're wondering why I move the way I do, I just feel so good.
He runs into this guy in Salt Lake whose father has died like a year earlier, and he says to him, you know, I haven't seen your father since he died. Ordinarily, wouldn't that just be like, exactly,
normal?
right?
Yeah.
But for Wilford Woodruff, that was weird. Like, I haven't seen your dad since he died.
Just feel so good.
So in that mound, right, that they encounter on the March of Zion's camp, yeah, they dig up these bones, and then that's when Joseph, like, goes to his wagon and, like, maybe has a dream or a vision or whatever, right, and then comes back and says, oh, this is Zelph, right, the bones are of this guy Zelph. And then, but the actual story appears to be like an allegory for the members of Zion's camp. The people seem to have taken it literally.
And so Wilford Woodruff took the thigh bone of Zelph with the hip.
I think so. I don't know.
He walked around with it like the Flintstones, like bang bang, walking around with that hip bone.
They put it in their wagon, right, to take with them. And then Brigham Young actually is recorded as having taken the arrowhead, but then it's also said someone else took it. So none of the...
Okay, you've told me everything I need to know. The minute... we may have to cut this out. The minute Wilford Woodruff is involved in anything, can we be honest? That was our most crazy prophet. Wilford Woodruff was a nutcase, okay?
What?
I'm sorry. What? I'm going to say it. The guy was a kook.
Why? Why of all of the prophets that you're looking at, you pick Wilford Woodruff?
Okay, there's a couple.
Is it the eyes?
First, oh my gosh. Have you seen the picture put in the Discord of Wilford Woodruff?
You should pull up.
I put it in like 2 days ago.
Eyes.
To pull up a picture of Wilford
There's
Woodruff.
two photos I put in the Discord like yesterday or the day before of Wilford Woodruff. Just look at it before we say anything. Take this moment to be quiet and just look at the picture of this guy.
Okay, I'm taking this moment to be quiet, and I'm looking up a picture of Wilford Woodruff. And you say, "Oh wow!"
Just put it on. Just
he's
put
got
it on.
Orrin Porter Rockwell eyes. I will tell you, I wouldn't want to mess with him in a bar fight.
Zoom in.
I wouldn't want to mess with him in a bar fight. That is
Whoa.
That's the guy. Okay, so he had a couple revelations. Like one was the revelation no one talks about in the church. And you might know this one, but the fundamentalists love it. It's his vision, apparently, where Jesus and Joseph Smith appeared to him and told him that he shouldn't have gotten rid of polygamy.
Well, that's John Taylor.
Oh, okay, John Taylor.
John
But that's not what's said in John Taylor's revelation either. That's...
Well, I know I talked to Benjamin Shea for an hour about it.
But this is what the fundamentalist report is. Yeah, and there's a lot of
and then the
about
Sunset, Arizona revelation, which Jesus is like, I'm going to destroy America, Wilford.
Yeah, that one's
I'm going to
wild.
kill everybody. And then, and obviously,
he was always seeing dead people. So do you know that he was always seeing people after they died? So much so.
Well, with these eyes, he was freaking clairvoyant.
Right? Exactly.
Man,
Like seeing right through.
Okay,
like
eye.
X-ray
Is that
vision
just
or whatever.
Are they just really blue? And this is a
I think
consequence
they're
of
just really blue, and so in those old black and white photos, they come out like
I hope he's not an alien. Because I'm sorry, this looks like an alien disguised as a person.
I remember when I was in primary seeing pictures of him and thinking, that's a prophet. Like, I actually thought he looked evil because of the... I thought he looked like a villain.
Bro, he looks like a lizard person.
That's what I was waiting for.
He looks like a lizard person.
Sees a lizard person.
Okay.
In this.
Look, I'll tell you right now, I happen to really like Wilford Woodruff.
Me too.
Right? I like Wilford Woodruff.
Awesome.
He's probably hilarious. He probably was a fun guy to hang out with. He probably told great stories. But I'm sorry, he saw so much stuff where I cut it out if you want. Call me an apostate. I think he was just a little off his rocker. And you know what? I'm sorry. What we argue about all the time, the St. George Temple, the founding fathers' vision, to me sounds a little bit like what happened. You're not going to believe it. I got the baptisms, and then I saw Christopher Columbus and Thomas Jefferson, and they all walked in the room. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I think look, Tell me that guy, if that guy was at your door, Brad, you'd be like, Riley, lock it, the door, and grab my gun.
Well, in that lighting,
that's
dude,
what Oren
all
Porter
of these
Rockwell.
old pictures look this way.
Not all of them.
So many of them do.
Brigham Young looked way better than that.
If anyone has like really light blue eyes, they look like a demon in these old photos. Like that's not his fault.
Dude, look at Oren Porter Rockwell. Bro, I am
maybe don't use an example as the guy who murdered everyone. As your, hey, look, the guy who killed everybody looks just like this guy. Oh my God! That guy's a lizard person.
There it is.
What? He's not a lizard.
His eyes slit. Look at how his eyes go up and down. Oh, you think that's blue? I know a lot of friggin' Swedes, Brad. None of their eyes do that.
What colors are in that photo?
Black and white.
Yeah, it's a sepia toned thing. You're only getting grayscale at best, right? So this is just what happens. It's not lizard people or in Porter Rockwell.
Look, I happen to think Wilford Woodruff totally inspired. And that dream that he had of the last days that got either...
where the moms are eating their babies and they're smoke poisoning people and they're falling around in New York?
That one may have been John Taylor.
It might have been misattributed, yes.
That one...
I think...
Yeah, it's on Wilford. I'm tired of Wilford throwing all this crazy on your uncle. Look, this guy was a weirdo. I love him. He was probably fun to hang out with. And he probably, when he got a little bit drunk, he probably was a really a hoot and riot. But
he was like hanging out with the living and the dead at the same time. See, so there's a story about how he runs into this guy in Salt Lake whose father has died like a year earlier, and he says to him, I haven't seen your father since he died. Ordinarily, wouldn't that just be like exactly normal? Right?
Yeah.
But for Wilford Woodruff, that was weird. Like, I haven't seen your dad since he died.
Interesting.
Really?
yeah, he was seeing. I was like,
I see dead people.
Dude, Kwaku,
Those do look like the eyes of a guy who sees
Kwaku,
dead.
They do.
I'll tell you right
They
now.
do.
I'll tell you right now. Just like people hate on you and they call you crazy, and I say, look, I think you got to really, really reevaluate your opinion of Kwaku. He's not just crazy, and you might learn something.
He's not just
from him.
crazy. Is that what you just said?
I think you're going to be besties with Wilford Woodruff up in heaven, because he's going to be like, dude, did you believe the crazy esoteric stuff nobody else wanted to believe as well? Yeah, actually I did.
Like
and you're going to be hanging out in the We Told You So club.
I probably would he's probably an awesome dude to hang out with. He was the Alex Jones of our church in terms of prophet. This guy was in there just like, let me tell you about all right. Like, I'm sorry though.
Wrong, dog. You're wrong,
There's
dog.
a level though, and with your visions, I want you to have look, the Lorenzo Snow temple vision where he sees Jesus. It's like, I haven't seen a lot, but I did see Jesus once. I go, all right. See, I believe that. But when you're like, yeah, and then yesterday the leprechauns were in my soup. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to hold back on how much I trust your other visions, okay?
So now that we've established that Kwaku can't handle black and white photos.
Yeah, it says the New Age guy. The New Age guy is talking about how Wilford Woodruff
that should
has
tell
too
you
much
something.
All right. We gotta
love
end it
the
here.
doubling down.
We gotta end it here, okay? Because I got too much self-respect. Okay, to continue in this.
Wait. As we wrap it up,
Okay.
anyone who wants to check out some of those actual records on
yeah.
Zelf.
Are you gonna do a plug for your boy?
Yeah, dude. So
pull it
Mormoner, as I've been looking at like researching stuff, they have the best records on all of this. So some of the stuff that Don talked about, like you'll see, some people might think, hey, no, I've heard that Zelf was known from the Rocky Mountains to the Hill Cumorah. You can see here the original record says the East Sea, but someone crossed that out at some point and added the Hill Cumorah, right? So there's interesting nuance to what kind of things you'll see come out of the record when you look at what is the actually, or whatever was actually recorded first.
Are you guys suggesting history is complicated?
What?
Yes. Yeah. It's freaking.
And that's why it takes very hyper intelligent people to be trained in the art of historical inquiry, and they have nowhere else to go but hang out with us here if they don't want to get bored to tears on those other boring radio shows.
That's right.
You heard it here first. For this and more, please make sure you check us out on wardradio.com.
Just feel so good.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Before you go, I want to put a little bit of a plug in here for my buddy Don Bradley. He's written a book called The Lost 116 Pages. We've talked a lot about it on this show, and you know what? There's plenty of material. We're gonna talk more. He's coming back into the studio pretty soon, and we want everybody to be familiar with his book because we're gonna talk about a lot of what is inside. So before he comes back and we have this kind of ask me anything about this book, we're gonna do a little bit of a book club and have you guys all go buy it, all read it as much as you can over the next 2 or 3 weeks, so that when he's in here and we do this little ask me anything, you guys will have all kinds of questions you can ask him. Now, he's not the best self-promoter out there, but his book is the best book. It is the seminal work of Mormon history in the past decade, and you have to get it. So make sure you guys go buy Don Bradley's book, The Lost 116 Pages, so we can talk about it when he's back in the studio. Other than that, please make sure you like this video, please make sure you share this video, and you subscribe to this channel. Also, right here and right here are 2 more videos that you can watch and check out more of our stuff if you like what you saw here. For this and more, please make sure you check us out at wardradio.com.